I am so exhausted. I literally don't know how or why people do this multiple times. Can I sit down with you in here? Oh, we're leaving? Okay. All right, buddy, here's the peanut butter and jelly you asked for. No, I am not making you another meal. You asked for that. Dance, mommy. Seriously? He's finally asleep. Oh, he's so cute though. You want to have another? Oh yeah, Becky's not coming to the party because it's during her baby's nap time, and apparently naps are more important than seeing us. Did you see that lady with the kid on the leash? God, they're not a dog. I will never understand why adults wear shirts with kids' TV shows on them. So tacky. Did you hear that lady with the kid screaming in the grocery store? I mean, take your kid outside, right? Did you see the toys all over her house? When I have kids, the toys are going to be kept in one room. I mean, I've had 2 puppies, so having a kid can't be much harder. How is all that noise not driving you crazy? When I have kids, they're never going to eat food while watching TV. I don't really care if they're mad at us. I'm not messing up his nap time. Oh yeah, buddy, that is an airplane. What? I'm gonna have to get you a leash. I would literally paint my car Mickey colors just to see him smile. I want a cookie! Cookie! How is what not bothering me? Listen, if me giving you this food while you watch Mickey means you eat something today, so be it. Let's make some homemade ranch seasoning because I'm tired of spending $2 on one packet, and also the ingredients in it are not that great. First up, half a cup of buttermilk powder. Buttermilk powder is also great to have on hand because if a recipe calls for buttermilk rather than wasting most of it like we typically do, you can just mix it with water or milk, and now you have buttermilk. 2 tablespoons of garlic powder and 2 tablespoons of onion powder. 2 teaspoons of dried parsley or parsley flakes. 2 teaspoons of dill weed. You can add more if you like more dill. Some chives, not necessarily a requirement, but I just sprinkle a few in. About a teaspoon. You can use regular salt. I'm using fine sea salt, half a teaspoon of that. A 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Again, you can add more if you like it to have a little more kick. And a 1/4 teaspoon of ground mustard. This is also optional. Some recipes use it, some don't. You're just gonna give it a good shake, and you have homemade ranch seasoning. If you guys like this stuff, let me know. I've been trying to feed my family healthier, so I'll give you some more recipes. What is the most effective thing you can do for your toddlers when they're having a tantrum? It took me a couple years to learn this, and I feel like I've tried it all talking to them, reasoning with them, offering hugs, trying to de escalate the situation, and none of it ever seemed to work. It always seemed to make it worse. So, after a while, I learned the best method is to do nothing. Take them to a safe space. If they're throwing or they're flailing their body, I'll take my son to his bed and just set him on his bed and sit next to him and just wait, say nothing. And then when he starts to calm down, I'll say, would you like a hug or would you like to take a deep breath? I'll offer him something. And if he continues being mad, I just let him be mad again until he calms down again. And something crazy happened the other day. We were sitting on his bed while he was, losing it. And after about 30 seconds, he was like, I would like to take deep breaths now. I was like, okay, perfect. Let's take deep breaths. And another important thing you can do is model the behavior you want them to show. So when I get frustrated, I catch myself. Of course, we all want to yell, but I'll stop myself and I'll, do a little foot stop and be like, oh, I'm so frustrated. And I model that to him so he can see how he can act when he's frustrated. And he's really picked up on this now. When he hears me do a big sigh or take a deep breath, he'll be like, Mommy, why are you frustrated? So he's learned when I'm taking deep breaths, it's probably because I'm mad about something. How can you make your life easier with a newborn? First of all, I want you to get this through your head. Babies cry a lot. And as a new parent, it can be very overwhelming if they're just constantly crying. So if you've done everything, you've changed their diaper, you fed them, you've burped them, and you have no idea what's going on, there's always something else you can do. Somebody once told me, if they're crying and you can't get them to stop, either take them outside or put them in water. Of course, only if their umbilical cord's healed up. But it worked like a charm. Every time my son was having a fit and I couldn't figure out what the issue was, walk outside with him, change an environment, change in weather, immediately stopped him from crying. 2, keep track of their bowel movements the last time they pooped and their feedings, especially if you're breastfeeding. What was the last one they fed on? Because sleep-deprived mom will not remember whether they fed on left breast or right breast. 3, don't keep your baby awake too long. I know it seems like most babies just fall asleep anywhere at any time, and some do, but others get very easily overstimulated. So if there's a lot going on, they may not be able to fall asleep, and then they're going to become really crabby because of it. So keep track of how often they seem to be falling asleep. Typically at a young age, it's about every hour, and make sure they can easily fall asleep in their environment. And maybe the most important is don't be afraid to ask for help, whether it's your spouse, whether family comes over to visit and you're like, hey, I need you to do the dishes for me. Ask for the help. Do you feel like you're constantly telling your baby no, no, no to stop touching something for them to just ignore you and run right back to it? I've been there. It's frustrating. And here's what I did to make it so much better. First off, kids are meant to push boundaries. That's just what they do. So it's very important that you enforce those boundaries. So step 1, say no one time. That's it. Don't sit across the couch continuously saying no, 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 because it's just going to go in one ear and out the other when they quickly realize that you're not doing anything about it. You're just saying no repeatedly. One time, and then you either take them away from whatever they're getting into or you take the thing away from them. This has to be consistently done, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to work after a day or 2. We probably spent a good 2 weeks with my son, taking him away from the dog water bowl and the robot vacuum, just telling him no, and taking him away over and over again, because that's not something we could really just put away. And we finally reached a point where he'll walk into the room where it is, look at it, and go, no, no, because he knows, and he doesn't touch it. Step 2, make sure your no's are important. By this, I mean save them for things that are dangerous, are breakable, could cause harm to anyone or anything. If I'm just saying no because it's inconvenient for me or I don't want to clean up a mess, that's not really a good reason to say no. I didn't want my son thinking that he couldn't explore and do stuff because he was always going to get told no. So the no's are saved for your safety. And last, sometimes even when they know the word no, they still like to push that boundary. For example, we have this cord that's tied up outside and my son knows he's not supposed to touch it. But for a while he would walk over and he would touch it and he would look at me because he knows he's not supposed to touch it. And he wasn't doing anything with it. It wasn't dangerous to him because he wasn't actually like unraveling it, but he was just looking at me and seeing what my reaction was. So since he wasn't in danger and I could tell that he was just looking to get a reaction out of me, I simply said nothing. And after a couple times of him walking over there, touching it and looking at me and me not responding, he left it alone. He was no longer interested. So give those 3 things a try and see if it helps you out. What's that sound? That's a bird, buddy. Bird? I'm not sure what kind of bird. An owl? It does sound like an owl, but it's not an owl. I'm gonna have to go back to bird school because I don't know what it is. What's that? That's a dump truck, buddy. See? Dumps. Dump truck. What's that? That's, an excavator? Hey, babe, is this an excavator? I don't know, buddy. I'm gonna have to, freshen up on my construction trucks. It's an excavator. We're gonna go with that, okay? Hey, Mommy. Hey, buddy, what's up? What's that? That's, so once a month, Mommy, no, you don't need to know that, you're a toddler. I'm bleeding. Yeah, it's blood. See it. No, you can't see it. Band-Aid? I don't need a Band-Aid, thank you though. It'll stop. Thanks. Okay. What was that? What? I didn't hear anything. Motorcycle. A motorcycle? Okay, yeah, it was a motorcycle. You're right. I came across a little magic trick to get my 3-year-old to eat his dinner last night, so I thought I'd share it with you. This was a dinner that he needed. He was hangry. He was asking for snacks leading up to dinner, so I knew he needed to eat this. However, he was refusing. He was straight up like, I am not eating that, just having a full-blown tantrum about it, and he wanted something else, which was not going to happen. Now, keep in mind, this was all food that I know he likes, so it wasn't like I was forcing him to eat something that's disgusting or I know he doesn't care for. And in the past, we've used the whole chicken makes you run faster and broccoli makes you jump higher. All of that. He's over that, been there, done that. He does not want to jump higher at this point. But you know what does convince kids to eat their food or really do anything? Having control over your parents. And so I thought for a minute and I said to him, you know what? Eating your potatoes can make you control mom and freeze me whenever you want. And so he had a bite and he froze me. And I said, it only works one time. 1 bite for 1 freeze. And he was like, okay, well, what does my broccoli do? I was like, broccoli makes me jump uncontrollably when you say jump. So next time you're struggling getting your kids to eat, give it a try and see if it helps you out. Hey, thank you so much for coming over and doing bedtime routine so we can have a date night. We really appreciate it. Oh, yeah, no worries. I love hanging out with little man. All right, so I wrote everything down. It's pretty straightforward, bath, pajamas, brush teeth, and then to bed. He's going to want 2 pacifiers, not 1, not 3, specifically 2. 1 for his mouth, 1 for him to hold on to. And he's going to want 1 sip of water, so make sure you have that handy. 1 sip, no more. Pick 3 books to read. If you let him, he'll choose 17. Pick 3. And if he happens to choose There's a Bear in My Chair, there's a made-up song I sing at the end of it. I'll actually write down the lyrics for you, but he's going to want you to sing it if you read that book, so you got to know the song. After that, it's lights out, and you just lay with him for a little bit. About 10 minutes into it, he's probably going to want to poop, though, because he's decided that's just his ideal poop time. So then you're going to have to get back up, turn the lights on, and take him poop. But yeah, after that, you just get back in bed and lay with him for half an hour. He's probably going to talk to you about Christmas and Halloween for a while, but once he's asleep, you're good to go. Is that it? Are you sure there's nothing else? Now that I'm describing it out loud, it seems like a lot, but you'll do great. You got this. Wake up, Mommy. Ow. Oh, what are you doing awake? What time is it? Oh, it's 6:30 already? Okay, let's go. I only got like 6 hours of sleep. I need some coffee before I can do anything. Ooh, I am so tired. What time is it? I am going to bed at like 8 p.m. tonight. I am not staying up late. Come on, let's go brush our teeth and get ready for bed. Mommy's tired. Did you finally get him to sleep? Yes, I'm just going to sit on the couch for a few minutes. All right, it's 9 o'clock. You ready for bed? Yeah, just a few more minutes. I'm watching something. The episode's over. You ready for bed now? Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to bed. Oh, shoot, it's 10 o'clock? Yeah, let's go to bed. Oh, no, I did it again. Can I have mac and cheese? Oh, yeah, definitely. All right, pal, here's your mac and cheese. What's wrong? It's too cheesy. Your mac and cheese is too cheesy? Okay. Mommy, can I have a snack? Sure, buddy. What would you like? A pouch. You've had 2 pouches in the last hour. Can you pick something else? An applesauce. That's a pouch. No, it's an applesauce. Okay, can you pick something that's not liquid fruit? How about hummus and crackers, a slice of cheese? No. How about peaches? Okay, just no more fruit at all. Chocolate chips. Okay, you win on a technicality. Mommy, can I have a turkey sandwich? Okay, would you like a turkey sandwich or just a mayonnaise and cheese sandwich? Because you always pick the turkey off. A turkey sandwich. Okay, if you say so. Okay, buddy, here's your turkey sandwich. Look, I got a cheese stick. I know, they're your favorite. Blah. Hey, what are you doing with us? I'm just going to leave that alone. What is happening over there? Hey, can you not? You know what? You're happy? I'm going to let it be. Hey, buddy, can you go play with the bowls in your play kitchen? Okay, that's cool. You didn't think about the fact that you were going to have to pick all of these up, did you, Brittany? No?